I realized that my own inner peace above anything else was more important. So everything I needed to let go of, I just thanked it. When you zoom out of these practices that we start in our life and you go, what have I learned from these and what have I gained? I think what I realize is that I could practice anything, right? If I can practice being of service or I can practice being grateful every single day, I can also stand there and go, okay, today's the day. We're going to put stickers. I'm going to use my divorce as the example because I think it's a good example of something people can relate to. We're in our house. You're attached to all these things we have around us, right? You've accumulated over a lifetime. And my ex-husband wanted to put stickers on the things that he really wanted. And I said, you can put stickers on everything in this house. I'm not attached to everything. And every time he put a sticker on it, I would look at it and say, thank you for being here. Thank you for what you've given me, whether it was a mirror, a couch, something in the kitchen, all of these things that we accumulated, it became my next practice of non-attachment because the freedom for me and the peace for me was more important than the mirror hanging on the wall or the spoon in the kitchen or whatever that thing was that I thought I was going to be attached to, a picture hanging on the wall. I realized that my own inner peace above anything else was more important. So everything I needed to let go of, I just thanked it. I thanked it for what it brought to my life, took a big breath, said goodbye, and that was it. And I realized that as everything left the house, literally, physically, and I'm using it as a physical metaphor, I felt more and more relief. It was gone. I felt more and more at peace that I was able to be grateful for it and let it go because now I was lighter. And I realized that I could do that to everything that comes up in my life. That if it's a trigger, let's use a relative. Relatives are always a great example, right? Your sister calls you or your brother calls you or your mother. That's a good one for me. And it's the same thing. They trigger something in you, you get upset. How do I want to be of service to myself first? How do I want to handle this right now? Do I want to see and feel the trigger come on? For me, it comes on as a physical response, and I can just stop. And I use this as an analogy in my own life, just as a reminder. How can I stop? Take a moment. That's the T. Just take a moment and breathe before I respond, right? And make sure that I'm being really aware before I respond. And I really project love back into whatever I'm going to do. And that's where the basis is for me is that how do I, in my worst moments, take that stopping moment, breathe and say, how do I give love back? It's a, that's the practice for me. How do I be what I truly know that I am at the core and heart of who I am? I know that I started as this little bundle of love when I came out. My spiritual practices make me know from the true heart of who I am that love is at the core of who I am. So how do I continue to practice that every day? And then it comes out. And then I don't need anything. I don't need to hold on to the stuff anymore. And I can let it go. And then the harder things come. So when the triggers come, the things that I'm used to reacting to, it gets easier and easier. You start with the little things. You start with gratitude. You start with giving. You start with, and then you move and you move and you move. That's through our expansion and through our personal growth and wisdom that we bring into our lives.